Hey there everybody, this is Lee with Creative Two-Time Mom, and this video is going to be for the Homeschool ABC Collab. This week's letter is I. I for CPR. So recently I needed to update my CPR and first aid certification for my foster care license. For those of you that don't know, my husband and I have been foster parents for about 4 years now. We just completed the adoption on our little guy back in November. He's 3 years old, and so we have been foster parents for a while. Plus I was a teacher in a former life. I worked in a public school, and so I have had my CPR and first aid certification for years and years and years. And as I was going through the coursework, I started thinking about, okay, what if something were to happen while we were on vacation? Who was around that would know what to do? What if something were to happen when I was with, one of my nieces or my nephew, because they're pretty young? What would happen if I took the kids swimming? I was thinking about having my nephew up over the summer. What would happen if I took all 4 kids swimming and something happened? And I was thinking about it, and I thought, well, my husband is certified because of his work. My brother-in-law is a former EMT. I have 2 sister-in-laws that are former nurses or were in nursing school at one time. And so there's quite a few of us around that have that certification and have gone through the course and have some idea of what to do as far as CPR. Plus my husband and I both have first aid certifications. And I was thinking, that's pretty good, really, for a family to have that many people around that would know what to do in an emergency situation. And so then I was thinking about, okay, public school, you have all these teachers around. All the teachers have to be CPR certified. The administration, pretty much any type of person that's going to be walking in authority on a school campus has a CPR certification and probably some sort of first aid background. I know that when I was teaching, they were checking up on our certifications, and there was classes through the county that we could go to get recertified. So all this was running through my mind as I was going through my coursework. And then I started thinking, okay, but that's not the world I live in right now. Right now I'm at home with my kids, and so it's the 3 of them and myself and my husband on occasion when he's here. But really, I'm the first line of defense. If anything were to happen, I'm it. I could go to the neighbors and ask for help, but that's no guarantee whether or not they're going to know how to perform CPR, or if they're going to be home, or if they are neighbors that I can trust. Really, as far as that goes, I kind of felt like I can trust them, but really I don't know their background, and so the level of my trust there would be to say, hey, call 911. And so I'm really the line of defense for my kids. And that brought down to me really how important it was, even beyond foster care or teaching in the public school, how important it was for me as a parent to be CPR certified for my kids, because I'm with my kids all day long and I'm the one that's here. So I found this great resource a couple of years ago. A friend of mine works in a church, and so I was telling her, it's so hard as a homeschool mom to not only make the time in my schedule to become CPR certified, but also to, then there's the layer of finding babysitter and making sure school is kept up on, and because really a CPR certification takes a lot of time. Most of the time, if you're going to go to a course, it's going to take a full 8-hour day to get certified. And so she was telling me about this great website that I have continued to use for about 4 or 5 years, and it's called icpri.org, and that is where the I for our Homeschool ABC Collab comes in. It's a great source. It's very reasonably priced. I took a pediatric CPR and first aid certification for $20. It's at your own pace. You can do it in your own home. There is reading, like you're reading from a book that you would have in the class, plus a video demonstration. There is not that hands-on component that a lot of times you will find in a classroom. However, everything else is kind of there. So especially when you're being recertified, you probably have already done it once in a classroom anyway. So I was able to get on, start my process on like a Sunday afternoon. I completed about half the coursework, put it aside, and then in the evenings throughout the next week I was able to finish up. So it was very painless to be able to do all the coursework in the comfort of my own home. Plus then you take a test at the end. You have to score an 80% or higher. But if you're reading through the coursework and doing the video, it's all very much so there. They go over, and a few things on the test that they feel like are specifically important for you to know, they will go over several times in the material. It'll be written in bold several times. It'll be reiterated 2 or 3 times in the video. So as long as you are being diligent in your coursework, you're going to pass the test. And then they will email you or allow you to print a certification right away. Plus, then I'm also going to be getting a card in the mail that I can have in my wallet for my employer and for my foster care license. It's just fantastic. It's a course that I have done about 3 or 4 times, and I've been very happy with it. It's been a great value and a great way to fit it into our crazy schedule. So that is my I for the week. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know some of your homeschooling goals, objectives, tools that begin with the letter I. Talk to you later.